first occurred to me, it was about 6 months after you left me on that rooftop back at the asylum. As the bones knitted back together, I had plenty of time to think. So how do you keep a secret from the world's greatest detective? Well, do you know? It's easy. You stick it right in front of him, right under his long, pointy nose, and wait.
In Batman Arkham City, one of two main story pillars that progresses the plot and keeps things interesting and tense for the player is the idea that Batman, the Joker, and all of Gotham is poisoned by Joker's infected blood, and Batman is pushed to his very limits to find the cure, save himself, and save Gotham. At the very end of Batman Arkham City, when Batman just barely manages to save his own life, he is then attacked by Joker and Batman drops the cure. Joker then pitifully falls to the ground and actually starts licking the ground trying to save whatever is left of the cure in a pathetic attempt to save his own life. This ending, and everything surrounding it in the game, has always completely fascinated me. This scene specifically of the Joker dying conveys so many different emotions to the player. This scene is also ironic, and Batman expresses that when he says that he still would have saved the Joker after everything that he had done. I want to analyze this ending today, because something about it has just completely fascinated me, and I want to dig deeper into this ending, and everything surrounded it, and everything that built up to it. Let's start our analysis here, where Joker has Batman tied up in a chair with Joker's blood inside of Batman. This scene is interesting for me because Joker has never stooped as low as to try and get help from Batman, the person who he has constantly tried to kill, and in the case of the Killing Joke, has refused help Batman has offered to him. Joker also knows that Batman would have gladly declined to let him rot, as this wouldn't be the first time Batman has let villains suffer from their own mistakes. And so, Joker forces Batman into helping him get a cure. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would Joker even care this much? The Joker has gladly accepted his fate multiple times. He snapped his own neck in The Dark Knight Returns, he accepted his near death when getting blown off a building in Arkham Origins, and in The Mask of the Phantasm, whether or not he actually died, Joker was maniacally laughing up until the point he disappeared. And before I address that, I feel like I should tell you a very important part of the Joker's character. In the Arkham games, and even in the comics, Joker has always wanted to make an impression. He wants to be known to the world. The Joker wants to be recognized and glorified, and through all of his sadistic and horrific crimes, the Joker can get his message across and make himself known to Gotham. In Arkham City specifically, Joker tries proving his own worth to Batman by saying,
"And the only person you can rely on is me."
You'll notice a pattern in a lot of Batman Joker stories, that Joker takes any chance he can to be on television, on the radio, on a phone call, etc. He wants his voice to be heard, and he wants to be seen as a powerful figure. So, if the Joker was to die, he'd want to go out grand, whether it be in a tunnel of love where Batman is framed into killing him, whether it be in a huge explosion after just killing many people and blowing up a building. He would want it to be as big as that, to be memorable. You'll also notice in Arkham City, that trend is there. I mean, Joker even hires Clayface on fucking payroll to imitate him just so Joker doesn't look weak and pitiful. The Joker knows he's dying, and considering the way he is, by his own dumb decisions, he doesn't want anyone to know that. With that in mind, you can see how Joker is incredibly desperate for the cure, and how he's scared of dying, and you can see why Joker keeps trying to prove his own existence to Batman. He has a fear of being forgotten. After Joker thinks he finally has the cure, he suddenly pulls a 180 and crosses Batman by setting up heavy defenses at the steel mill to stop Batman from getting the cure himself. However, when Talia al Ghul stops the cure from getting to the Joker by jumping Harley and stealing the cure herself, we see Joker become incredibly desperate once again. He first kills Talia out of pure spite for Batman, and demands the cure from him at gunpoint. As a last-ditch effort, Joker even tries becoming immortal by attempting to jump into the Lazarus pit before Batman stops him. Joker then makes his final tragic mistake and stabs Batman in the shoulder as a final resort to getting to the cure. Batman then says this.
Do you want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
Joker then starts laughing.
That actually is pretty funny.
Whether it be a choice by the developers so he actually has his last laugh, there could be a couple of reasons as to why he is laughing. He could be laughing because he understands the irony of the situation. Joker knows that despite being in the perfect position to live, and despite having a clear chance of surviving and beating his illness, he practically killed himself. He could also be laughing directly at Batman, laughing at the fact that even after every horrible act he has committed, Batman still would have given him yet another chance. That smile on Joker's face is there for a reason. Joker has won at least to himself. He finally knows that he means enough to Batman that he would be willing to save Joker, even after he killed someone that meant a lot to Batman, even after Joker infected Gotham with his blood, and even after Joker worked directly with Hugo Strange to kill Batman. In Joker's eyes, he has won. He has finally solidified himself as worthy and recognized. The ending of Arkham City was an ending no one ever saw coming. Of course, part of that is largely due to the fact that it is the Joker who dies, because no one ever fucking expected that Rocksteady would kill off the Joker.
I'm the Joker, baby!
But I also feel that this ending had a huge impact on people because no one knew what to expect, even before the Joker died. Yes, the Joker is dying, and yes, he may die, but Rocksteady does a very good job at keeping everything up in the air, and presenting so many different scenarios to the player that they might not even be sure whether or not Batman will live. Rocksteady consistently confuses the player and fills them with doubt, especially through the voicemails from Joker, in which he says that he himself will probably die, and then after that he and Batman will both probably die, and then after that, Batman will indefinitely die. But after it's revealed to us that the Joker has been using Clayface as a front, so that Joker doesn't look dying or weak, the player has no idea who or what the fuck to trust anymore. During the Clayface fight, who has any fucking idea who will live or die? Rocksteady wants to make sure that you're in a constant state of disorientation and confusion, and I feel like that plays a big role in the shock of the ending. Now, unless this isn't already obvious enough, the shock of the ending is the fact that the Joker dies. No one ever expects the Joker to die because it seems so clear that the Joker is in a position to live, and then BAM! Fucking dead. The events of Arkham City, and more specifically Joker's death, are reflected in Batman in the DLC Harley Quinn's Revenge, when it is revealed vaguely by Robin and Oracle that Batman is traumatized as hell after everything that went down.
He's been gone 2 days. I'm worried. You know what he's been like since...
I'll find him.
It traumatizes Batman because he knows it could have been avoided. And Batman's feelings also reflect the players in the sense that this totally didn't need to happen. It's shocking because Batman's fears actually came to a reality. There was no other way of ending the uphill battle with this psychopathic maniac other than one of the two, Batman or Joker, dying. Of course, you could also just make the argument, well, it's shocking because it's the Joker, baby. Except, it's also shocking because of the fact that he died in a situation where he could have definitely lived. The ending of Batman Arkham City is, by far, in my own personal opinion, one of the best and most masterfully handled video game endings of our time. Video games today are drifting away from the campaign experience and more towards a multiplayer experience. Not that there's anything remotely wrong with that at all, because there are video games that can stand on their own well without a story. But video games are, at the end of the day, a piece of media, and media is important. Video game stories are more than just stories, they're journeys. And experiencing the lives and minds of the characters in them is very special. Of course, because it's media, these stories are never perfect, and I'm not going to try and defend abominations of stories like Black Ops 3 and Halo 5.
Outcome? Train go boom.
Which are clearly more designed to be online experiences. But when we get an Ori and the Blind Forest or a Detroit Become Human once in a while, it's a very special moment. As we explore the sadness of loss with Ori and the importance of humanity in Detroit, we learn as people, and we better ourselves. Batman Arkham City shows us the importance of perseverance and being morally aligned. Batman is, without a doubt, desperate, obviously, as he fights for his life. And yet, he's never morally compromised, and he always makes the humane choice. We learn from Batman's choices, and we're sat wondering why he still would have saved a deranged and psychotic man who not only killed the love of his life, but also poisoned his home city, almost murdered Vicky Vale, and attempted to assassinate Catwoman. You know what? That actually is pretty funny.